Welcome everybody listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. It's your boy 2K Suave. Got my boy A-Rod, and we have two special guests from Townie Sports, Sami and Vic. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hi, Vic.
All right, so I'm Vic. Sammy and I do a podcast on Lights Up Productions. It's called Townie Sports, where we kind of break down the week in sports. Mainly, we're hoops guys. I'll be honest, but we'll go through everything.
All right, cool. I'm a hoops guy too, so that's easy for me.
For real.
And Sami, introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm Sami. I'm the host, and I lead everything while Vic throws stats at me.
Okay.
And yeah, we do hoops. We do everything. We like to touch on, it's all the different sports and what's happening and, the hot news and stuff. I mean, we do large segments of Boston sports, obviously with the name Townie Sports. So, but we like to cover everything.
I like that Tom Brady shirt in the background. That's it. We love to see Drunk Brady on this show.
Yeah.
Drunk Brady's the Brady that I like, so I have no beef with that.
That's a nice chain, A-Rod.
Thank you. Compliments of David DeLeon. So
okay, there you go.
But yeah, we have episode 10 here, so we want to kind of do it big and bring on a guest and have some fun with it. Again, we've had one guest in the past, and we look to bring you guys on more like we did with Real Bucks Talk during the NFL season. But you guys cover all sports, so I figure I jump on your podcast, you jump on my podcast, we can have a little fun back and forth.
House of Pain, jump around.
Okay.
All right.
You know how it is. But yeah, so episode 10, and we cover all sports on this podcast as well. So we've been starting with football on this, and we're gonna lean that way going forward right now. And you guys had a segment that I really enjoyed where we were just throwing out free agents and guessing where they would land. So NFL free agency is coming up really, really quick. Players are getting let go. Guys' contracts are up, and it's becoming the stir of the talk of where these big players are going to land. I got a little list here, and I want to do the same thing we did yesterday on your podcast with me. And I'm just going to rattle them off. We'll start with you guys first. I'll go Sami, then we'll go Vic, and then KK and I can take it home on where we think we'll end up. But the first one is everybody's favorite. Dak Prescott. Where is this man? Sami, take it away.
For the Cowboys, you have to be crazy not to franchise him, and keep him at that 25 mil a year and just kind of see how that plays out going forward. Because, I mean, you got him at 25 mil for 1 year, see if that injury was a little fluky, see what you get for that 1 year. And then maybe, kind of like you mentioned, A-Rod, on our podcast yesterday, maybe, middle of the season, boom, you hit him with a big contract.
Now, A-Rod, you said where will he land at the, are you talking about free agency or at the end of next season? Because here's my pick. So
you can tell me whatever you want, man. You can tell me whatever conspiracy theory you listen to.
I like conspiracy theory. Let's hear it.
So guys, go with me here. Okay. So Dak Prescott gets franchise tagged, of course, by the Dallas Cowboys, stays in the Cowboys until week 6, where he is traded to the San Francisco 49ers for Jimmy Garoppolo and a second-round pick.
Wow.
This man's throwing it out there.
We have to bookmark this one right here.
Yeah, for real.
He went all the way out there for this one.
Yo, I just think it's a good fit, man. I think it's the offense that they like to run out there in San Francisco. It almost dates back to like the Kaepernick days when they had Kaepernick out there, being wheeling and dealing back there. I don't feel like Jimmy G is that type of quarterback. So I definitely see him. I don't know why, man. I can envision him in my head wearing that Niner red and gold. It just looks good. So that's where I'm rooting for him to go.
All right.
Crazy enough. Now that I put that image in my head now in a 49ers uniform. I can see it. I won't predict that, but I can see it. I agree with the franchise tag though, 1,000%.
Yeah,
they're just going to franchise him because Jerry Jones is very non-committal to him. You can tell. If there was a deal to be done, the deal would have been done 3 years ago. So he's going to franchise him one more time, kind of like Kirk Cousins, and just let him go on his way at the end of the year. And the Dallas Mavericks, Cowboys will be moving on next season. But for this season, franchise tag.
Mm-hmm.
I say, of course, the franchise tag, and I think by July they get a deal done. It's probably not the one that he wants, but it'll be somewhere close, and they'll settle on it, and they'll have him, there for a good minute. That's my
go 9-7. And,
better than make the playoffs.
They'll probably still make the playoffs.
Yeah, all right, 9-7. They'll probably make the playoffs with 6 wins in that division. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah.
Now here's a fun one. Let's go running back on this. Where do you think Aaron Jones is going to land up?
Go ahead, Vic.
Okay, I'll start off this one. So I saw this on the outline that you sent us, A-Rod, and I was looking at it. I was like, God. So I started doing a little research, trying to think about where he's going. And it looks like that Aaron Jones and the Miami Dolphins are showing some mutual interest, as well as the New York Jets, the Giants, and the Raiders. So my pick would be Miami Dolphins. I know Miami needs a running back right now. I feel like that's probably the best fit for him at this time.
Okay.
I don't know Green Bay's financial situation, but I think they need to keep him there, especially if they're going to keep Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to say that they're going to be smart and keep him because I think he was a big part of why that offense was as successful as it was. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is, the man. But, I mean, having a running back just appeases and helps Aaron Rodgers so much more to be able to do all the things that he does. And
I going back to the running back thing. So I just recently bought a car today, and the guy, the salesman, was telling me that his best friend is friends with James Conner's brother. He said that James Conner is going to be in Tampa tomorrow, and that he had just come from Miami. So also another fit there in Miami could be James Conner as well. He said he wasn't there to talk to teams, but we'll see.
Where you at on this, Adam Schefter?
I know, right? Shit. For real, though. Like, that's what the deal. I don't know. This guy could have been full of crap. I don't know. But I'm telling you, he told me that. And if it happens, you heard it here first on the Fair Weather podcast.
We'll bookmark that too. Now, like you said, Sammy, Green Bay would be stupid to let Aaron Jones walk. I did see the stuff about the Dolphins as well. I feel like the Dolphins might go in the direction of drafting a running back, though, instead. Najee Harris, Etienne, or Sermon from Ohio State. I feel like one of those three they might be going after. But, I feel like Green Bay would be stupid to let him go. So I'm going to predict that he stays in Green Bay because, I mean, he's been like a featured part of their offense for the last couple of years, him, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Rodgers. So might as well just hold on to him for a couple more years. I don't know what the asking price is. I don't know what their financial situation is either, but I think it'd be foolish for them to let him go.
I agree. Packers got to do what they can to hold on to him. Good leader, good guy to play with. Seems like he likes being there. Not a head case. Find a way to get him paid. If not, I say Miami takes a whiff at him and signs him.
But what other
what's my bad?
I was like, what other direction could they go? Because Jamal Williams is not a 3-down back, and then AJ Dillon. He's a big guy. I don't see him as like, he's a 3rd down back, not the guy that you want to be leading your offense from a running back standpoint. So.
Well, like you said, they have options in this draft class too. So if they want to let him go and get somebody a little bit cheaper, they can do that as well.
Have you ever seen the Packers draft a skill position in the first two or three rounds? No. So they're gonna wait till the 5th round and draft, somebody random. I don't know. They might as well just hold on to him.
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
They might go quarterback.
And all they did was piss off Aaron Rodgers to the MVP.
All right, let's jump to another one. Let's go wide receivers. I got 3 good ones right here. Allen Robinson.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Sammy. Quick hit it.
I think Miami or Cincinnati would be a really, really good fit. Like I said yesterday, I don't know Cincinnati's financials as well. Obviously, they have a couple contracts that are kind of killing them. But I mean, I feel like he'd be a really good fit there with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. But I think Miami could use a pair of really good hands, and having Tua there and along with Allen Robinson, we can finally see Allen Robinson become something.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely. I'm just be quick here and just say Indianapolis Colts. I said it yesterday. I'm going to stick with that. They got a lot of money to throw around. They want to surround Wentz with some good players. So I think that Indianapolis lands at least one of these three big guys. But definitely, I think they're going to make Robinson their top priority.
Oh man, Carson Wentz. You guys don't know I'm an Eagles fan, and we just kind of just shipped him off to Indy. It looks like we're probably going to ship Zach Ertz off to him. And if they get Allen Robinson too, I'll be pretty pissed off because he's just loading him up with weapons.
Yeah.
Colts, I have heard, is an option. I have heard the Bears might want to franchise A-Rob as well. I think the Patriots should make a run for him. I mean, if they want to attract a quarterback to actually want to play for New England, because Tom Brady left because they haven't had skill at the receiver position. Edelman's getting old.
Right.
And then Cam Newton looked terrible last year without having outside receivers to throw to. So maybe the Patriot way might be the way for him to go. That will be my prediction.
Yeah. My prediction is he gets the tag from Chicago. My heart says the Jets are going to give him a call, but my gut is telling me Bill Belichick's got something up his sleeves and he's going to, get that guy.
I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, no, he doesn't pay for skill position players. He made the mistake with Sanu and got burned. I don't think he does it again.
True.
It's true. But Sanu is kind of old. Like A-Rob has still got prime left in him, and I'm pretty sure he knows it's a glaring issue that they have. And unless I don't know how you guys feel about N'Keal Harry yet, but unless he feels very strongly about N'Keal Harry, you got to go get a dog, and A-Rob is that dog.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to another one.
Oh, my bad. Well, about the Patriots, I mean, the one that I was looking at, I know it's not on your list, but the one that I think would be the best fit is probably Corey Davis. I think he'd be the one that the Patriots would go after, fairly cheap.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like a really solid wide receiver. Doesn't do anything flashy, but does a lot of things very good. And that's kind of the Bill Belichick style. So that's who I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah.
Mr. Super Bowl winner, Chris Godwin.
I said it yesterday, and I shouted you out, KK. I said either Tampa, they either keep him in Tampa if they're smart with their money, or I think Philly would be a really good fit. Yeah, I think with Jalen back there having a nice little slot guy with good hands, I think that'll be nice.
I like it.
So for me, I'm going to have to say he either goes to Indianapolis as the backup to Allen Robinson, like as if they don't get Allen Robinson to get Chris Godwin. But if Allen Robinson does go to Indianapolis, I can see Chris Godwin staying in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and then obviously he wants to go get that paycheck. But he did say, yes, I want to break the bank, but I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if anybody could convince anybody to stay for less money, it's Tom Brady. So my prediction is that they find a way to hold on to him and pay Shaq Barrett and pay all these people. I don't know how they're going to do it, but my prediction is I would love him in Philadelphia. Don't get me wrong, but it's either, to me, Tampa or New England. I think New England's going to get either A-Rob or Chris Godwin. And if they can't if they can't get any of those two, they're not trying. Because
you're more hopeful than us.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, no chance.
I think because I want Cam to stay, because I like Cam. And I want Cam to be
we do too.
I want him to be in a situation where he can actually win. So if he's not going to end up like in Washington or something like that, to me, New England would be the best fit for him, just to stay with Bill Belichick and McDaniels. And he needs a dog. He needs a Chris Godwin. He needs an A-Rob. So to me, Tampa will find a way to get it done. If not, New England would be my backup choice.
Yeah.
With the salary cap going on a little bit different, I think I said it last week, and I also said on your guys' podcast, the Bucks are trying to do what the Saints did, and pay everybody and hit the cap. The only problem is the Saints were in win mode and didn't win. The Bucks did win. So if they can keep all these guys, and go over the cap, and I mean, they got to look at all these players and see which ones fit the mold and what they want to keep. I think Chris Godwin is definitely a guy you need to keep.
Yeah. But what if they could keep AB?
If anybody can talk some sense into getting some money and getting some rings, it's that freaking wizard. Okay, that wizard can do it. So I think they'll find a way to keep these guys.
And they're already talking about reworking his contract, right, Aaron? I think they as soon as the Super Bowl was up, he was already in talks to rework his contract to save them a little money, so that way they can go out and get one of these guys.
Brady's contract. I mean, he'll definitely work that too, man. He's getting paid on all different types of things, so that's not hurting him. But I think he can easily stay in Tampa Bay. However, if a team wants to break the bank and go get him, I'm saying it's the Colts. The Colts have been really linked to him a lot.
Yeah.
So they want toys there. They want Carson to feel, at home like he did it in the beginning and then kind of didn't towards the end. So I think the Colts will make a run at him and pay because they got the third most cap space right now. So pay some guys. Let's jump to another wide receiver, Mr. TikToker himself, who kind of shot himself in the foot throughout the season. Juju Smith-Schuster, who is one of my favorite players, man.
Yeah.
I really like the league needs Juju. Juju just needs to learn when to grow up and stop acting like a kid sometimes. But, I like the guy a lot. Where do you see this guy going?
Well, let me answer your question with a question. When was the last time that you saw a wide receiver fall from grace this quickly? Because I believe it wasn't like more than a year or two ago where we were talking about Juju being one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league, right? I mean, he was great like 2 years ago in Pittsburgh, and then all of a sudden it looked like he fell off a cliff, right?
I do want to remind you in that playoff game that they lost, he had like 300 plus yards and touchdowns. So he made a last, at least a quick rise to the top again to save his name.
And he's good. He's talented. The talent is not the issue with Juju. It's his head, man.
But the problem is, and me and KK have gone over this before, and I'm sure you guys know it too. It's like a wide receiver factory in Pittsburgh.
It really is.
One guy comes in and he just, takes the shine. Like Claypool one game has 3 touchdowns and like you put him at 1. Then Deontay Johnson has like 3 touchdowns the next game and he's the one. So it's Pittsburgh's got to find out who their one is and who they want to build with. And I think having a good young receiving core, kind of like how the Bucs are doing, you keep that together and you keep it as long as you can. So
yeah. Well, and now to go back to the original question, I could see Juju being a pickup for the Patriots. He fits that mold of troubled wide receiver coming into the Patriots system, probably on a cheaper deal because of and it's not really mistakes, right? He's just being a young guy with money, but everybody said, he said shit on TikTok. He's a terrible person, but it's not really that bad. But I think the Patriots can get him on a discount. But what I really think he's going to go is the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he'd be a great fit there.
I like that.
Corvette. No, I think. A-Rod, you had already mentioned it. You'd love to, you love him, one of your favorite players. I think he'd be fun to watch in New York. I actually I never thought about Vic's point about him being kind of a troubled wide receiver, but I can also piggyback off that. I could see maybe Bill swooping in, kind of talking into him and be like, hey, do you want to have a winning mentality? Do you want to rejuvenate your career? Do you want to be a top wide receiver again and working something out? I mean, we do have a lot of money, so it's not like we're going to, lowball him a ton. But I mean, probably get him on a discount and have him in New England and maybe, to KK's point, keep Cam, and Cam has a dog now.
Yeah.
I've
been very, for the last, month or two, for whatever reason, I feel like he's going to be a Jet. So Las Vegas, actually, they just released Tyrell earlier today. And they have a great, Waller's great. Jacobs is great. So and then Nelson Aguilar has, come along. So I think Juju would be nice in Las Vegas. But for whatever reason, it's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster and Zach Wilson in New York as a New York Jet.
Ooh, that's terrifying. Watch out, AFC East, baby.
Man, stop. All right, so I think the only way Juju will land up in New York is if they keep Sam Darnold, because they have rapport in college. They know each other, the USC boys. I could see him going to Las Vegas, going back home. He's home. Everybody wants to go back home. Or they're not even in Oakland anymore. What am I saying? So screw that. I could
His
see
home
him
team, the team they rooted for when he was growing up.
Yeah.
But I could see him in a Vegas because Chucky loves those type of players. And then I could also see if the Steelers retain Big Ben, him talking some sense into it, and them finding a way to keep Juju.
They can't afford him. They can't afford both. They can't afford both of them. I know that much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the contracts are going to work or whatever, but maybe I don't see him going back to Pittsburgh though. I don't see him giving him a discount either. But yeah, I think a really good dark horse is what you guys said in the Patriots. Bill Belichick. I'm telling you, he's like the Wizard of Oz. There's this giant Bill Belichick head, and there's him behind a curtain just pulling levers and calling people in the most monotone voice, just saying, "Hey, you want to come win?"
It sounds so salty when you say it.
Don't be mad.
Super salty.
He was my coach for a day, and then he said, "I'm out of here. This team sucks." Whatever. I got no beef with it. I got no beef with it. All right, let's shift it. Let's go defense now. I got two good names on here. Another Super Bowl winner in Shaq Barrett, an undrafted player who's got 2 rings now, one with the Broncos, one with the Bucks. And since coming to Tampa, he looks like a very, very rejuvenated, wreak of havoc type of player. Mm-hmm. And we all know the Bucks can make good defensive players and ship them out, and they kind of don't have the same caliber going afterwards. But what do you guys think Shaq's going to end up? Because he already said he wants to break the bank.
Well, and I remember you guys, IT wanted to back up the Brinks truck. That didn't necessarily work out for him. But I'll say this about Shaq Barrett. I think he's going to go back to Tampa, right? I mean, it smells like he ain't going anywhere. I think the biggest thing, the thing that won the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the Super Bowl, yes, Tom Brady was Tom Brady, and he was so poised in that situation. But for me, the winner of that Super Bowl was that Tampa Bay defense. How do you not bring everybody back from that defense? Mm-hmm. Tom Brady can make do without Godwin if he has to, but that defense needs everybody on it. The secondary was suspect throughout the season. Luckily, it stepped up during the Super Bowl, but let's see if it holds up next season. You need that front 7 back.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off that and add on to it. I personally never thought Shaq Barrett was this type of caliber player before as a defensive player. And I think Todd Bowles did a really great job of bringing the best out of him, not to mention having that front 7 all around him. And it just made him that much better. I think that's in the back of his head as well. I think if he were to move anywhere else, I think we'd see a crazy decline. Like he won't be that, household name like he was throughout the entire playoffs. I think Devin White and Levante David just made him that much better as a pass rusher. So it'd be stupid for honestly both teams. I've said to all my, Bucks fans and, me, that's my, this is my second home. So it'd be stupid to let him go. You keep everybody on that defense, like Vic said.
Piggyback with both of what you guys said. When you have to deal with Ndamukong Suh, JPP, you have Levante David out there, you have Devin White, you have Vita Vea. Shaq Barrett's just going to eat, and he knows he's going to get Pro Bowls and All Pros and multiple sacks because people are having to pay attention to so many people. So for him, the common sense thing is just ride this wave until you can't ride it no more. And
think about the endorsement money instead. Don't necessarily think about the contract. Think about the endorsements you're going to get from being on SportsCenter all the time.
Yep, exactly. So for him, I feel like this would be a smart play just to stick around. Like you said, Tom Brady doesn't need Chris Godwin to be there. Scotty Miller's still going to be there. Mike Evans is still going to be there. Cameron Brate, he's good with. We'll see what happens with AB. Exactly. So he'll figure it out with anybody. So if they don't pay Chris Godwin because they want to hold on to Shaq Barrett, I don't see why that would be an issue. So
absolutely,
stay in Tampa.
Yeah, the Bucks are just missing, Jesus Christ and God Himself to come down to play for the team, and they'll be straight. They got a lot of things to work out, but they're gonna find a way to get it done. They're employing that Patriots way as long as they can there and try and run it back. So, a lot of those guys on the defense are young. White, Vey, they're locked in. Suh wants to come back. I'm sure he can get him for cheap for one more ring. They'll find a way to keep Levante David too. He's another big name out there. He's a good leader, been the heart of the defense for the longest in Tampa, even through the rough patches. But I think they'll like you said, ride the wave till you can't ride it no more. I think the Bucks will find a way to keep him. But hey, man, if New York's got a phone, I'd love for them to call him. I really would. We got a defensive-minded coach now, so I'd like to see some good defensive players back there instead of keeping them there and then shipping them out. So
that's interesting that the Jets and the Patriots have so much money. So it's kind of like we're just on the page of like, I'll take anyone, you know, who wants money?
If you want to back the Brinks truck up, we are right here. So.
Yeah.
We had the Brinks truck last year too, and we just kept it, you know, all the goal. We got Fort Knox just back at home, so we're just waiting still.
That's the thing is like we can have all the money in the world. Bill Belichick ain't gonna spend it. I'm just waiting for. I just can't wait for draft day when I'm sitting there waiting for the Patriots to get their first round draft pick, and then the New England Patriots have traded with the New York Jets for 5 fifth rounders in 2028. Like,
sounds about right.
About right. So,
that's what you guys get to look forward to. All right, so the last guy I got on my list is probably, you know, one of the biggest household names on defense, nicest guy, got his own TV show. The whole family's like the Brady Bunch of the NFL, you know. So JJ Watt, you know, there's a lot of things going on with him. He's putting out tweets and people are like, have these crazy conspiracy theories about all of this. Where do you guys think JJ is going to end up? Apparently he's down to 3 teams right now is what they're saying.
Just before you guys go, he's not down to 3 teams. Apparently that's what I think it was John Clayton predicted, those 3 teams, but he has like 12 teams that he's talking to as we speak. So not technically down to 3 teams, but go ahead.
So for me, I think we talked about it yesterday. I want to say I think he ends up in Cleveland. I think that's a good situation for him. I know there's some speculation saying that he might want to join his brother in Pittsburgh. But I could see him in Cleveland, him alongside that stout defense that they already have there. But adding JJ Watt to that line could push them over the top to be a serious contender in the 2021-2022 season. So I'm going to go Cleveland. And you know what? I love Cleveland, man. They are a city that has been downtrodden and have had to deal with so much shit. I would love for them to win a Super Bowl. They already got their NBA championship. Go ahead. Is there an NHL? I don't watch it. Is there an NHL team there? I don't know. Maybe, but if there is, go ahead. Sure, whatever, man. But yeah, I want all good things to happen to Cleveland.
I like the Cleveland pick. I mean, my dark horse team, and I think would be an amazing fit for JJ Watt, is the Green Bay Packers. I think that defense is pretty solid. They're missing that one piece, and I think he would be that one piece to make that defense even better. I mean, look what they did against the Bucs. They lacked a little bit of a pass rush, and I think having JJ Watt there, it's going to make them a lot better. So, I mean, but then again, you know, who knows with their money situation, who knows with Rodgers, but I think that's real enticing. He can be the man, he can make the money, and he can contend for a championship.
Yep. 2 words, Green Bay. Plain and simple. I mean, to me, it's the most obvious fit. It's like I feel like Aaron Rodgers on that. I mean, he already has a ring, obviously, but he hasn't even been back in 10 years. So Aaron Rodgers is on that last, oh my God, I just want one more. And all those they're going to bring back Aaron Jones like they should. And JJ Watt has no success in the playoffs. And it's like, this would be the perfect Cinderella, one more run. Then Aaron Rodgers can win a ring, and then he can go to San Francisco or something, and let Jordan Love take over. JJ Watt can retire with the Super Bowl ring. So I feel like the Packers would be a perfect place for him to go to.
So here's my conspiracy theory on things.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Last time the Packers won the Super Bowl, KK, we talked about this too. There was a player that was written off. And they signed him because they needed this position. And he's a high caliber player at that.
Go Blue.
Go Blue. He is also a Hall of Famer now in Charles Woodson. They got that corner, and he had a good year. I think he had, like I said, he had 9 interceptions that year.
8 the first year, yeah.
Yeah. So he showed he has life in the tank. JJ Watt has a lot of life in the tank, man. I don't care what anybody says, okay? Just because you're signed to Reebok, it doesn't matter, man. I don't care if you're signed to Reebok.
That's whack.
It is whack. But he signed.
Man. Allen Iverson Come on, man.
That's the only guy that matters.
Come on, man.
That was like 30 years ago.
And Shaq back in the day. But anyways, go get that guy in the front that you need. Pair him with the Smith brothers if that's what you got to do. But you need that guy to be a good, run stop. And he's at home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And the last thing, with Cleveland, Myles Garrett, stop making and one mixtapes and sending him to Mark Cuban because, you're a beast on the field. Don't be a hybrid player, man.
Yeah. No.
Oh no, let's say with that transition of going for, the and one mixtapes in basketball, let's jump right into, our NBA All-Stars. Yes. So KK, we're gonna have a little fun with this. KK and I, we're gonna go over, our picks. We pretty much got a lot of them correct. It's kind of dumb. You got to be dumb not to get it. Like, we're not gonna say, goofy names out there to try and get picked for All-Stars. But I think our starters, we picked the same exact starters. The only difference is Dame wasn't a starter, and we had James Harden, who's playing phenomenal basketball, by the way. Probably the best basketball you've seen the last, I think they said, like 18 games or whatever.
Oh, no. That's
a starter. Paul Pierce's tweet?
Yeah, but Kyrie,
Paul Pierce is right.
Yo, for real. Yo, James Harden hasn't averaged this many assists in how many years? I mean, right now he's at 25 points and 11 assists per game.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he's also averaging 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is production that we haven't seen from James Harden in a long time as far as an all-around player.
I want you to know that yesterday was the anniversary that Ice Cube said, fucked around and got a triple-double. Don't let this man get a triple-double either. So we missed out on those two point guards, or the two guys that we missed. But as far as everything else, I told you Vucevic was going to make it in there.
I didn't say it was a bad pick. I just Sabonis to me is having a better season because his team is winning. Plain and simple.
And then we said, Simmons is in there, it's kind of questionable, but you said to me yesterday he's probably the second best defensive player in the league. I get that. You gotta give defense its props.
He's second on the list in DPOY right now, Defensive Player of the Year voting. He's second behind Rudy.
We also said that you can't be a number one team without two players there. It doesn't make any sense. So you said Tobias. I wasn't mad with that pick. It could go either way. And Tobias had his little feelings and put his little Jay-Z tweet out there.
Politics as usual.
Politics as usual.
Oh, he didn't deserve it.
How did he not deserve it? He's averaging 15 and 7, and he's like almost a 50-40-90 guy this year.
Who on that list would you take him over? Zach LaVine maybe, but other than that, I wouldn't kick anybody else off that list for him.
I'd pull Ben Simmons for Tobias.
Oh, you do a straight swap, but man, like you said though, KK, you got to have that. I mean, Ben Simmons I give Rudy Gobert props, but Ben Simmons is the best, most. How do I want to put this?
Versatile.
The most versatile defensive player in the league. Absolutely. Yeah. He can guard 1 through 5 well. And not well, great. At like a Hall of Fame level. Yep. So, I mean, you got to have that guy in the All-Star game, man. He deserves it.
I'm just going off of 2020, 2021 season.
Yeah.
Tobias this season has been more productive to me. Mind you, more offensively than defensively. I don't mind them putting Ben Simmons over Tobias. I felt like the impact that Tobias had, taking a little bit of scoring off of Embiid, because Embiid, like the other day, he went 3 for 13 and had a bad game, but Tobias was able to carry them offensively. So to me, just from an offensive standpoint, I do understand the defensive standpoint, and I do understand what Ben Simmons brings to the court because he does set everybody up. He does make the offense flow a little bit better. I just wish he would shoot some more. That's all. But
yeah, he's definitely looks scared to shoot the ball. Out west, I think we got everything correct, but I said Brandon Ingram and you said CP3, which I wasn't mad with that at all. But we do have a major snub on there, but thank God he got picked today, was Booker. And everybody said it in the league, like he's the most slept on player in the league. And
every year,
man. This dude has dropped 60 points twice.
He dropped 70.
70, my bad.
70.
My bad, 70. Yeah, this kid's a baller, man, and he just doesn't get the credit he deserves, man.
And that's what's frustrating. Like you bring the point about like a team not winning. Like Vucevic made it this year. Their team's not winning. Booker has been snubbed before they were even winning. Like I know this year they're having a much better season than last couple years, but he's been constantly snubbed. and they were on a losing team.
But look at the guards he had to go. I think that's a more position-based thing. I mean, I wouldn't have picked Devin Booker. You guys say he was snubbed. I think he should have been picked over Chris Paul for sure. But other than that, all those other guards on there are better than him. I mean, Devin Booker can fill a stat sheet, but I don't want Devin Booker on my team if it's game 7 of the divisional round.
Get Booker over Paul George.
Would you rather have Paul George take the last shot or Devin Booker?
It's a different position though.
How about this? Forward. How about this? Over, I know they're number one in the West, but over Donovan Mitchell, you would take Booker. You would take Mitchell over Booker.
Dude,
he loves Utah.
He don't know me that. Absolutely not. Hell no. The only other guard that I might possibly take Devin Booker on this list is, and I'm just saying this season. I can't even say it. I was gonna say Luka, but I can't say it. No, I can't say it.
I was having an argument earlier. Do you think Luke is top 5 yet?
Player or guard?
Player right now in the NBA.
Yes.
So
I think so. Yeah.
I have LeBron, KD. I have Giannis, Steph, Kawhi, Embiid. Maybe Harden, Damian Lillard, and then I got Luka.
And KK, that's a great point. I mean, those are all great players, right? But I'm looking at what this guy does for a team and what he does overall. So Embiid, I definitely say he's top 10. I would put him in my top 5. My top 5 would probably go, of course, LeBron, KD, Giannis. Man, Steph is really good.
Steph is amazing.
Steph is really good. And I might. Okay, so
you're not putting AD on there.
AD as well.
Are we talking this season or like overall?
Let's just go overall. Like you
okay. So then if we're going overall,
because right now Luka Doncic isn't playing like 5 top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, last season
he's almost 29, 9, and 8.
He's almost a triple double. Yeah, he's having a great season. Don't get me wrong, and AD is hurt, so I understand if we're saying the season maybe, but if I'm if I'm putting together a roster right now
for one season.
LeBron's going to go. KD's going to go. Giannis is going to go. Kawhi Leonard. I'm still taking Kawhi. Steph Curry. Damian Lillard.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a huge Lillard fan.
Yeah, me too. I love Lillard.
I would still take Luka over Lillard.
So
I would still take Luka.
All right. So I'm a huge LeBron fan. So when LeBron retires, I already have a short list who's going to be my next favorite player. It's either going to be Luka, Devin Booker, or I'm not sure yet. But those
John Morant. Join my bandwagon.
John's actually on my list too. John's actually on my list too. But like, I love Luka. Don't get me wrong. I mean, his game is beautiful to watch. I'm just saying, wait a little bit. His upside is top 5 for sure.
MVP.
Yeah, his upside. He's an MVP. He's a Hall of Famer and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, wait and just give the current.
And I think something to think about too when you guys are saying you're starting a team. So if you were to say comparing Luka and Dame, let's just make everything even. Like, okay, we know they can drop bombs. They can score at will. Who's more of a defensive liability at that point then?
Luka's a defensive liability.
Over Dame?
Yeah,
Luka's a defensive liability for sure.
Not compared to Dame.
Luka's a bigger body.
You're crazy.
You got to watch more Portland games. Dame
trust me. I watch enough Portland games to know that Damian Lillard is the only reason why that team is in playoff contention right now.
Okay, because he can score. He does not play defense. I love Dame.
Both of them don't play defense then.
That
way.
Luka's what, 6'7"?
Yeah, he's a bigger body, but he doesn't play defense.
He plays Olay defense. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sorry. We're talking about all-star reserves, and then we got
We're all good, man. We're good. We're gonna talk basketball. It's all good. But another big snub that's not on that list is, a player that the All-Star game is going to be at, and Trae Young. So I know Vic and I have the same thing. We don't like Trae Young's hair. It's really goofy.
So whack.
It looks like a cotton swab that you just pull out your hair. But that boy is balling, man. He's a baller, and I think like for All-Star game, there's a lot of players. I'm gonna throw this question into their last minute. Kind of like how baseball does it. There's one player to represent your team in the All-Star game. Do you think the NBA should kind of move that way and like just expand the roster so you have one player from each team in there?
That'd be too many players.
But it's all fun anyways.
You have to be picked. To me, you have to pick the best cream of the crop, best 24 players. To me,
and the issue with All-Star voting when it comes to the reserves is that it is solely based on the discretion of the coach. So whoever's coaching that team is choosing those reserves, right? That's how it works. So, I'm looking at this list right now, and I don't know anybody that I would take Trae Young over, even though.
What about Levine?
But Levine's having such a good season. You got to reward that.
He deserves. He's been snubbed enough.
Yeah,
but should reward Trae Young too. They're having the same season with similar records.
But how many times has Zach LaVine been snubbed for the All-Star game? And also, not only that, how many times has Zach LaVine robbed Aaron Gordon of a dunk championship? That's some straight bullshit.
Way too many times.
but I'll go back to Zach LaVine. I mean, I agree, KK, when you say they're putting up similar numbers, but I feel like it's the amount of time that of service that Zach LaVine has been in the league is why he is getting rewarded with that guard position there as a reserve.
I mean, Zion got rewarded already.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
So it's like there's so many different because if we're gonna do based off of he got snubbed in the past, let's put him in now. That's a whole nother conversation. To me, it's who's playing the best in 2022 and 2021, and just leave it at that. Because I know people get snubbed every year. It's like that's just how it is. There's too many good players in the NBA not to get snubbed. So I think we need to get out of this mindset where we reward guys because they didn't get. Because if that was the case, Mike Conley should have made 5 All-Star teams by now. He's been snubbed. Drew Holiday should have made 5 All-Star. Because a lot of guys get snubbed just the position they play in the conference that they play in.
So then to continue on to that argument, do you think if they don't play in the All-Star game, there should be one team representing your team in at least the festivities, like the rookie game, like 3-point shootout, like dunk contest, skills challenge?
That's like typically what ends up happening, though.
Yeah.
Because you're going to participate
it hasn't
somehow.
Trust me, I'm a Knicks fan. I haven't seen a couple of Knicks in it for a while now. So.
When Nick had skills.
Seriously. Like, up until this year, what's the last good Knick that you guys had? Come on.
Sure, no, I'm not fighting that either, but I'm just saying like that's, we go back and forth. Like we want to see basketball restored in the Garden, and I got this dog behind me right here, first time All-Star. So it's good seeing him in it.
Well deserved.
Yeah, very well.
But I feel like kind of like how baseball does it, maybe not in the big game because baseball's a bigger roster, obviously. Mm-hmm. But you should have a player representing your organization throughout the All-Star game at some caliber or some part of the festivity, whether it's the game, rookies, 3-point, whatever it is. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But let's have some fun with this. Let's play LeBron and KD. So we'll play the LeBron rule. You guys can play the KD rule, and let's draft our teams thinking. Mm-hmm. I say we do it on our way. I wouldn't say let's try and see what KD and LeBron are going to do. Let's just see where each of our heads are in this and go with the pick. So we'll do KK can go first for my team. I'll go second. And then Sammy will go first, and then Vic will go second on
it. Make sure you write down the rosters. I want to compare the rosters at the end, okay?
Oh, I like that.
Perfect.
Whew. All right. So, Team LeBron, we get the first pick.
Mm-hmm.
So the way it's going to go, guys, we got to pick the starters first.
Yes.
We'll pick the reserves. So, you got to maybe put a line through here so I know. All right. So, for my first overall pick, I know I said I was going to pick this gentleman behind me, but I changed my mind. We're going to pick Giannis Antetokounmpo as our first overall pick.
This guy, man. He totally ruined it for me. Oh, man.
Off the board.
All right. So I'll take the first pick.
You better take who I think you're going to take.
First pick for us. Oh, man. Vic's going to kill me for this.
Don't do it.
I'll take Kawhi Leonard.
No, that's the one I wanted. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
You
played well last year.
I'm gonna do this because I think it would be fun, and Keiko would like this move.
Oh,
I'm gonna take Embiid. I'm going Embiid.
Oh, that's too many big men.
Nah, it's the All-Star game, man.
Yo,
He loves to shoot a good three every now and then.
I hope you don't pick who I want.
so these guys are going huge, Sammy. So they got LeBron, Giannis, and now Embiid. I was gonna take Embiid if you didn't, and try and go supersized against you guys, but I'm gonna have to. We need some scoring. We need somebody that's gonna. I'm gonna go with Bradley Beal here.
Ooh,
put some respect on this boy's name.
Yeah. Over Steph Curry.
all right, Team LeBron. I'm between these two guys. Now, this is an all-star game. One's gonna be more crafty and fun, and one's gonna be just shooting the lights out. But I'm gonna go. Man, we got some good size. If I get Luka, we're 6'7". But if I get Steph, I'm gonna go with Steph.
Wizard.
I gotta go with Steph and Wardell, Stephen Curry.
Let's do it.
all right, Vic. You mentioned we need size, so I'll just do it. Nikola Jokic.
And that's perfect because we got Jokic who could play the facilitator too.
All right.
I'm going slowly on that. I hate this player that he's not wearing a Knicks uniform, and he says the dumbest shit in the world. So because of that, he will not make my team.
No,
I can have him back.
Oh, come
I will
on!
be taking Luka.
We got Luka at the 9th spot. Let's go. Yo, we have
Can we take it back?
6'11", 7-footer, Luka 6'7", LeBron 6'9", and Steph. Come on, let's go.
So should we give him first pick in this round? Or
Yeah. So they get Kyrie, and then they get the first pick of the second round.
All right, so we'll do it that way, boys.
Are we playing injuries?
AD can't be on the roster.
Okay.
AD is D book.
AD
Okay.
can't be the book.
Okay. I mean, this is a no-brainer, right? Sammy got to go James Harden here.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer pick.
Whew. All right. Let's see what we already have. We got a good point guard, and we got a lot of big men. Let's go with Jason Tatum.
Fuck you. You did that on purpose.
Let's go with Jason Tatum.
All right, Vic. I'm gonna have to
Get the Boston guys. You gotta get
I'm gonna have to do this, Vic, just because.
Don't do it.
This is
Don't do it.
dude. This is like an NFL draft. If I don't do it now, they're gonna do it.
It's true.
All
It's all good, man.
Oh man. Actually, let me flip the script on him then. I'll take Ben Simmons.
No, what?
Ooh.
Way too early.
We gotta make a trade. LeBron always gets Simmons, but all right.
Somebody called Charles and Kenny up right now and tell them we're doing the trade.
All
right. I'm gonna go. There's a lot of talent here that I'm looking at, but I gotta go with a guy that it's on every time we watch him. So I'm going another guard that's explosive.
Dame time,
baby.
Dame time.
You should be a starter too. I'm sorry.
Take your boy, Vic. Take your boy.
Yeah, you know it. I want to so much, Sammy, but I feel like this is gonna be a better pick for the team. We need a guy that can bang down there, and I think we need. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with my guy. Give me Donovan Mitchell, baby.
Let's go.
Fire!
Let's go.
Alex Rodriguez. Remember, this is an all-star game. Free range of motion.
Yeah.
This guy's going to have 12 dunks.
Zion
Williamson.
Let's go.
Easy 25 points.
Now, Sammy, do it again. Steal A-Rod's heart.
I will take Julius Randle.
Have him.
That was my next pick.
I knew it would be. I was hoping they would take him.
He's going to do it right back to us. Watch.
Yeah, do it.
We
Ooh.
I feel like we got enough size.
How about
we got enough shooting? I feel like we could just win it with this roster right now and give him the rest. But
how about the guy that replaced AD?
I was getting to that. I was saying we could get some more boards, or we could get some more shooting. So I'm a guy that likes some more shooting. I'm gonna go with the book, man. Go with D book.
This roster is looking beautiful right now.
Okay, so Sammy, Man, this is a tough one because I'm right now I'm torn between Gobert, Vucevic, and JB.
Yeah, me too.
Who do we have? Who are our bigs right now? Can you guys run that back? Who are our bigs?
Your bigs right now would be Joker and Julius Randle. Those are your
That's
bigs.
it. That's it.
Yeah, you need.
I mean, if you want to put Ben Simmons can play really any position. It just
No, but we need size. We need size, Sammy. I think we got
KD.
Yeah, but we need somebody that can bang down low and get some boards. I'm gonna go with give me Vucevic is okay. This is gonna sound crazy, but Vucevic can get the boards, but he can also score the basket. So give me Nikola Vucevic from your Orlando Magic.
all right.
The Bosnian bomber is good. I like Vucevic. I would still take Sabonis, but it's okay. All right. So we just picked D Book. I could take Gobert off the table. I could take, you know what? I could take Jaylen Brown too. But I don't want to do that to you guys. I know you don't like him, A-Rob, but we might as well go get Paul George. We might as well go get Paul George.
Fuck Paul George.
We might as well go get
George
Paul George.
burner account.
Because Paul George will work for this roster. Don't worry.
Vic, I'm doing it. Well, let's take Jaylen Brown.
All right.
Yep. Good play. Get him off the board.
I was gonna say we need a swing man on the team. I'm solely taking this guy because he has rapport with the captain and he's a leader. So I'm going my pick for the All-Star Game MVP, Chris Paul.
Ew.
That's your pick for MVP?
I am.
Man.
I say he has like 25 assists.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your last pick? Who are you going to leave us with?
Is it my turn or is it Sammy's turn? It's my turn, right?
Goes down to Gobert or Zach LaVine.
Oh, no brainer. Come on.
What do you mean no brainer?
We need bigs.
All right. Give me Gobert.
All right. Cool. We'll take LaVine. Let's run.
No, I feel like I left that wide open for you guys. I think LaVine was the pick there, but I'll take the size.
We just took Jaylen Brown the last round. So
yeah.
So basically the starters are the West versus the East, but we swapped centers. That's what we did. We swapped.
Are you for real? No way. Are you serious?
I love it.
That's awesome.
We swapped Joker for Embiid. Is what we did. And our bench is pretty much the West, minus LaVine and Tatum, and then you guys have
Gobert and
Mitchell and Gobert.
That's hilarious.
It's basically East versus West.
All right.
Outside of 3 or 4 players? 4 players?
3 players.
3 players. Oof.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I kind of like my team now at the end. I wasn't liking it while we were drafting it, but I kind of like it now here at the end. Vucevic because I wonder if Vuce can play with the Joker.
Ooh. We got to run a same K simulation.
Yeah. Ooh. Sammy, you got to run that simulation on 2K then.
I'll probably run that one too.
No, you can't play KK. You can't.
All right, I'll just let it. I'll just watch.
Right.
Get my popcorn ready and just watch it in the background.
And by the way, I was just kidding with Chris Paul as my all-star. I just wanted to say that to get everybody hyped when I picked that guy.
Nah, stick with it, bro. Stick with it, man.
Yeah.
Ride that out.
If you're right, you're a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey man, you made 2 crazy predictions coming on the show with the first.
That's true. That's true. I had to come out hot.
I'm okay with it. If it happens, it happens. But
If I had to predict an MVP, I'd say Steph. Actually, I feel like Steph will put on the show, or Zion, one of those two.
I could see Zion.
Am I an asshole for thinking that like I don't like Zion? Like, I don't want.
You don't like him, the person, or the player?
No. Let me get this straight. I don't know any of these guys personally. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm never gonna say I don't like this guy personally. He's a dickhead.
Gotcha.
But I mean, as a player, like it kind of sucks to watch him play basketball. All he does is put back dunks. I mean, he has some great blocks. His athleticism is off the charts.
Yeah.
But I feel like he doesn't work at his game because I feel like by now you should have some semblance of a jump shot, which he does not. And I don't know, it just rubs you the wrong way as a player. As a person, I'm sure he's a wonderful young man. I mean, God, I think he like works for like 7 different charities, but as a player, it's just not fun for me to watch. Similar to James Harden, who's a great player, and in Houston, I hated watching him in Houston. Love watching him now, but in Houston, it was unbearable.
I can give you someone who I feel like Zion, his career will end up being like.
Ooh, yeah.
Blake Griffin.
Ooh,
that is his peak.
Good comp.
That is he's a Blake Griffin in like a Charles Barkley, Sean Kemp body kind of thing. So I feel like he'll never become like they want him to be like LeBron or something. That's not gonna happen. But super athletic, will battle some injuries. Free throws are not going to be his strong suit. He'll hit a 3 every now and then. He'll have a nice little career. You know, I mean, Blake Griffin's made plenty of all-star teams.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. So he won't have a bad career. He won't be a bad player. But he will never – I don't think he'll ever get past the conference finals. Let's put it that way.
So let me give you guys 2 players, okay? And you tell me who has a better career at the end of their career, okay? Kristaps Porzingis or Zion Williamson?
Zion.
I
think Kristaps –
okay, unicorn.
When you're that tall and you already have foot injuries and knee injuries,
it's tough.
He'll never recover from that. I mean, the fact that even if it's a rumor, the Mavericks are already probably thinking about trading him again. I mean,
I would take the chance. As a Celtics fan, I would take the chance in a heartbeat on Porzingis because if he hits hard. He's going to be great. But I
was going to say, which actually is going to bring us to our next topic because we're actually going to talk about Boston sports.
Uh-oh.
So we might as well just start with the Celtics because I feel like right now you guys are not having a good season. I feel you guys are below 500 now. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we lost last night to the Dallas Mavericks, unfortunately, because Luka Doncic.
You're getting spanked by Atlanta right now as we speak. I will confirm that. Yeah, you're getting spanked by 20 points right now as we speak.
I was hoping you guys weren't watching that.
So it's not looking good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying you guys need, and I told A-Rod last week or the week before, you guys needed because we did pretenders versus contenders, and I said you guys missed out on AD. You guys have missed out on big men. Do you feel like Kristaps would be the answer, or I mean, what do you think you guys need to do to fix what's going on over there?
Before we let you answer that, I want you to know that Vic loves, and I mean loves, Daniel Tice. Like that is his guy. He's a huge Daniel Tice fan. I don't know what it is.
So here's the thing with Daniel Tice is I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Daniel Tice guy. I like Daniel Tice, and I think he's underrated. Granted, he has 0 points and is 0 for 2 shooting in this game, and has only played 11 minutes. So not great for my Daniel Tice stands there. But KK, to your point, no, Porzingis is not the answer here. No, Vucevic is not the answer here. A big man is not the answer here. What I think the Celtics should do is stretch out their TPE to this summer, trade for an Al Horford right now, because we can get Al relatively cheap. We don't have to get rid of our young assets. We don't have to get rid of any picks probably that are of any relevance. Get Horford for this season, finish out the season, get bounced in the second round of the playoffs, which is, I'll be honest, probably going to happen. This team is not an Eastern Conference Finals team as it is currently constructed. Granted, we don't have Kemba playing on back-to-backs, and we don't have Marcus Smart, so that doesn't help. But
that was Marcus Smart, by the way.
But I think what you do now is to trade for Horford, extend the TPE, and then go for Beal in the offseason. Go for a big guy that's going to make a splash, that's going to put you over the top. Because is trading Marcus Smart or trading Kemba Walker for Nikola Vucevic going to put you over the top as a championship team right now? No. But Bradley Beal could.
But you'll have Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
There's only one basketball.
Mm-hmm. That's fine, though, Sammy. There can only be one basketball. But, I mean, there's only one basketball in Brooklyn, too, and they're the favorites with those 3 guys.
Yeah, and I was not playing every game.
Sammy, come on, man. How can you say that adding Bradley Beal over Nikola Vucevic isn't an incredible upgrade?
Because I don't think it's a position of need, personally.
That's what I mean, yeah.
No, Kemba's not right. Kemba's not right, and in my opinion, is not going to be right. I think he's shot. I know you guys feel differently.
By the way, he did have 14 points in the fourth quarter yesterday.
He's inconsistent though, Sammy. He doesn't. If he does that every night, then I'll shut my mouth. But until then,
I want you to have a knee injury, reconstruct your knee, and I want to see if you could probably walk around the house.
Okay, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying I wish him all the horrible life. No, I just think he's not going to be the same guy anymore. That's what I'm here to do, right? It's talk sports. Not talk about how a guy can walk around after an injury.
Well, I'm just doing a comparison because I'm not going to say you can play basketball to his level if your knee was reconstructed. But my thing with Kemba Walker is he doesn't know what his role is right now. Yes, he's coming back and he's struggling because he is coming back from a serious knee injury. So what is his role? Because he came in here knowing, okay, I have to be the man, but also these guys are really good, but I don't have to carry a team anymore. So he's not getting the shots. Like when you're consistently getting shots, you're going to get really, really hot. Kemba doesn't get the shot consistency anymore, and that's fine. But to just give up on him because he came back from an injury, it doesn't jive with me. I get it. I see it all over the place. Boston sports media is just like Kemba Walker is like, a walking scarecrow pretty much. They're hanging him from, everywhere, and it's unfair to him. Yeah. Like I thought what he did last year, coming in here, knowing his role, but still kind of shooting well and having to play through injury and perform, I think, halfway decent. Like, I think it says a lot for his character, and I think he just needs to find that role. I think having him on the second team would be best for him.
His character has never been the issue, Sammy. I've never said Kemba Walker is a bad guy. If anything, I think Kemba Walker is one of the most liked people in the NBA. I'll be honest. And I love Kemba Walker, and I want nothing more than his success. But, dude, he is shooting 37% from the field right now and 34% from three. Those are facts, okay? And it's not like he's only played 1 game, 2 games. He's played 16 games, okay? It's not like he's getting sparse minutes, okay? He needs to be he was brought in to be a catch and shoot player, and he does not fit the system in his current state. That's all I say about Kemba Walker right now.
Do you think there's anything that Brad Stevens can do to kind of mess with it a little bit? Because I feel like Brad Stevens kind of overrated as a coach now. Yeah. I thought he was a lot better years ago, but to me, it's the same. It's like the same product I'm seeing over and over and over. I do think Kemba is not Kemba anymore, so that's definitely an issue. But do you think that we can put any of this on Brad Stevens?
Yeah, fire his ass. I said that yesterday. So I know Sammy doesn't agree with me, but sorry, he doesn't perform. And Sammy, the fourth quarter blown leads by the Celtics is not something that has just happened this year. Mm-hmm. This is something that has consistently happened throughout the Brad Stevens era. And we have overlooked it because most of the time we were able to overcome those blown leads and still win the game. This year, that's not happening because we don't have Marcus Smart around. If anything, Marcus Smart being out has proven how valuable he is to this team.
Agreed.
So we need Marcus Smart back to really evaluate this team. But the writing's on the wall for Kemba. The writing's on the wall for Brad. I think Brad should be on his way out. If you guys still think Kemba's salvageable, then I'd love it. But I don't see it.
I got 3 things here. A couple things actually, maybe 4. So I said it best on your show that Jason Tatum wouldn't be who he is if it wasn't for Gordon Hayward. So. Gordon Hayward having that freak injury, you got to see the shining star in Jason Tatum, and now it's elevating to him and Brown playing well with each other, which I'm sure they didn't expect that to happen, but it's happening and it's working in their favor. They brought in Kemba, like you said, to be a catch and shoot kind of guy, and I agree with Sammy, man. And I said it on your show. Let the guy miss a bunch of shots and get in his groove. You've got the ability to do it. They're going to make it into the conference, somewhere into the Eastern Conference playoffs. And you've got, and I'll say the same quote I said last night. The man Ric Flair said in his song, "The kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing son of a gun, and Danny Ainge, who will make some kind of trade happen for you guys." And we need it. It's going to be the big. It's going to be a big is what you need.
And to your point, A-Rod, Wick Grossbeck was actually interviewed today, who's the GM or the owner of the Boston Celtics. And something that really kind of screwed with what they were planning to do with this team was the Kyrie Irving situation. So you kind of had Danny Ainge kind of like, oh crap, I did not expect Kyrie to want to leave, because their whole goal was to have him stay in Boston for his entire career.
Said it in front of the entire fan on a game night too.
Well, that was their plan going forward. They, apparently in the meetings, Danny Ainge and them, they said, yes, we want him to be our guy going forward. So then that kind of screwed a lot of things up. And knowing that now, it's kind of like, okay, so that explains some of the questionable deals. You know, maybe the Kemba Walker deal was a little questionable because 30 mil at the age that he was at, it's kind of like, oh, like, is that really worth it? And knowing that his injuries now, to Vic's point, he is showing a little bit more washed up. So, but I mean, Danny Ainge had no other options at that point.
Yeah, he did. Vucevic. Vucevic was a free agent that same year. Because he
also had a point guard.
He also had the option to keep Scary Terry. I think Terry having a fantastic season in Charlotte right now. So
well, but Terry left the year before Hayward and same year as Kyrie. But my thing was, why don't we sign Vucevic? We have Marcus Smart. We could have been rolling right now with Peyton Pritchard, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Vucevic, and Jason Tatum. I mean, I like that lineup a whole hell of a lot better than the one we're currently throwing out there.
Yeah,
I would disagree.
So that's where Danny Ainge messed up. Now he can rectify that. I don't think the problem is that we don't know what Orlando wants for Vooch, right? So is Vooch going to cost Kemba and some assets? I don't know if I really want to give up Marcus Smart for Vucevic. Honestly, I don't know if I want to give up Marcus Smart for anybody not named Bradley Beal. Now, you guys talking about Kemba, missing shots. I mean, he's missing 35. He's missing 65% of them from three. He's taking 8 shots a game. It's not like he's not shooting. He is shooting at volume. He's taking 16 shots a game at least, and he's missing 37% of them. I really hope you guys are right. I hope we can turn this around on me in 3 months and say, Vic, you're always the sky is falling kind of guy for Boston sports. I am. I'm always a shithead. I'm always like, it's all over. Set it up, pack up the duck boats. We're never going to see him again. But I think I'm right here.
I'm actually on the same page with you about Kemba. I felt like Kemba hasn't been right since he's been there. I mean, he's had a couple of flashes and stuff, but he's not. This is not what they signed up for, honestly. So to me, the best bet is try to find somebody who might want to use a Kemba Walker and try to get something back from it, and maybe just try to salvage the season, but try to go pretty aggressive in the offseason, because I don't know, there's just something that's not clicking with that team. I feel like Tatum is great. I feel like Jaylen Brown is great.
Our bench is abysmal. Our bench is also abysmal. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Vic, but our bench is garbage.
Well, who do you guys bring up? You guys have Tristan Thompson,
Jeff Teague. I like Peyton Pritchard is the only one that I like off the bench.
Jeff Teague is terrible.
Sami Ojeleye.
Ojeleye looked okay. Ojeleye looked okay during the season. He looks like he's gonna be.
He has his moments.
He's a good ninth guy off the bench. Sammy. I mean, I don't know what else you want from them.
I mean, once Marcus Smart is back, I feel like we can definitely assess the team a little bit better.
Yes,
I agree. Realize how important he was until he was gone. It's like one of those things where you don't realize how much you had in this relationship until she's out of the picture. So one of those things.
Right. No, for sure. And that's absolutely right. Is I underrated the value of Marcus Smart personally. And I will cop that, and I will say, I'm sorry a million times. But Sammy's right too. This bench sucks. I mean, our sixth man is a rookie out of Oregon who was a 4-year player at Oregon. No offense to Payne Pritchard. He's been great this year for a rookie. But Grant Williams doesn't really inspire me. Yeah. Robert Williams should be starting at center.
No, you didn't say that yesterday, though. You did not say that yesterday.
You did not.
About Bob?
Yeah.
Well, I was drunk yesterday, so Time Lord should be starting.
You heard it here.
Daniel Tice, Sammy, how many times have I complained about Daniel Tice? I must have been really drunk yesterday because I used to talk so much shit about Daniel Tice, like you couldn't fill a bag of it. But I don't mind Tice this season. I think he's okay off the bench. For
the price we have Tice at. It's not terrible.
I definitely would love to see Tice more than I would like to see Tristan Thompson. But Thompson does gobble up those offensive boards too. I mean, we shouldn't be playing 3 centers, right? I mean, there's no reason for that.
And apparently, you guys are interested in Andre Drummond too.
No, fuck that. No,
that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I'll do what I did with the Red Sox when they traded Mookie Betts. I will hop off this bandwagon and call me an Orlando Magic fan.
All right, let's go to another sport that's used to be part of Titletown Incorporated until the Tampa fans took them on over to Tampa. And once again, I want people to know that the Tampa GM did not call Tom Brady. Tom Brady called the GM and said, "Sell me on this, okay?" So enjoy your little Super Bowl, but Tom is still a Pat. Tom will always be a Pat.
Yep.
But now that Tom is not there, how is this shifting for the New England Patriots? And, were you guys rooting for him in the Super Bowl? We want to know that.
100%. I was 100% rooting for Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, and then it happened, and I was like, damn.
It felt weird.
It felt like, it felt like you. I said this on our podcast, Sammy. It felt like you broke up with your girlfriend, and but it was like a mutual breakup, and then she got with some better dude that had a better job than you. He had a nicer car, and he had.
You can't be mad, but it hurts.
Yeah, but it's like, damn, my life sucks.
Yeah. I feel that one. Yeah, that's why with Carson Wentz, if he wins the Super Bowl in Indy, God, I'll be happy for him. I want him to be successful, but damn,
right?
It's like, come on, man.
Right, and that's Carson Wentz. I was in middle school when I started watching Tom Brady play for the New England Patriots.
Same.
Okay,
Me too.
So yeah, exactly. So I mean, we've had this relationship with him for so long.
Yeah,
for somebody to go out and win a title somewhere else, of course I'm happy for the guy, but I miss him. That's the best way to put it. I miss him.
So what's the answer at quarterback?
What can the Patriots do to get back to winning culture? I mean, last year was kind of a fluke because
COVID.
I think they had the most players opt out because of COVID.
Yep.
So that definitely played into it. And then Cam also had COVID. So that's going to affect you a lot there as well. But for them to, I still don't think Bill Belichick has the winning formula. He definitely has it. And players do want to go play for him. But I think he's going to have to tweak some things now because I think that, hey, you're going to come over here and play your role thing. I think he's going to need to get those guys now. And especially with all this money he has, he's got to break the bank on somebody. Somebody's got to be a sure shot for Bill to break the bank on. And who do you guys think that if Bill had to break the bank, who's going to be the guy he's doing it for? What position, where at? Where's it happening?
Special teams.
Slater's getting paid.
All right.
No, but I mean, to your point, A-Rod, something that's overlooked on how the Patriots season went. I mean, unfortunately, I watched every single game, and it was just the defense didn't look bad. It's just when you're on the field for that amount of time, you're gonna give up a lot of points, and when your offense is not jiving and scoring any points, you don't get in any groove. The perfect example I give all the time about how good the Patriots defense was last year or how underrated it was. Look at the game against Kansas City on primetime television, held the Chiefs to, I think, 6 points in the first half. That's incredible for a bunch of young guys that Bill just gets off the scrap heap, right? And not even have some of his veteran guys that opted out for COVID. So, I mean, the defense is coming into place. And I think that's what everybody should be scared of is the fact that Bill has a semblance of a defense starting up without veteran talent there. I mean, Gilmore was also hurt for a good amount of the season, or so we think. He could just be sitting him out. Bill Belichick does that.
He had church.
But once we figure out what we're doing next on offense, I think we're back on the rise.
Yeah. Now, to your point, Sammy, we suck.
Yeah. The offense was trash.
7-9 is not terrible.
No.
Given everything you just said with all the people opting out, people was getting hurt. I mean, that's COVID for Cam. 7-9 is actually a lot more impressive than I thought they were going to. I mean, that's kind of where I expect them to be anyway. But given all the stuff, 7-9 is not a bad season.
Yeah, these guys aren't used to losing, so you got to.
It's so weird.
No, but actually, our text message group chat with me, him, and another of our high school buddies was we're fairly like fair with the Patriots this year. We weren't like pissed. We were just like, God, this is awful to watch. But we were just like, this is fine.
and we have that culture now with the Patriots because it's been over 2 decades of excellence. But you guys forget before that, the Patriots sucked.
Yeah.
So we know what it's like to suck. We know what it's like to be the Jets. We know what it's like to be the Dolphins. You know what I mean? It's not fun though.
It's not.
It's like taking a sip of water and it's like, ooh, this water is really spicy. It's not supposed to be like that. Why is it like that? The mayonnaise are spicy. Oh God, why?
Going for a water bottle and it's actually a full bottle of vodka. You're like, oh crap.
I've done that before.
I did see that firsthand happen the other day. A friend of mine gave his girlfriend. He swapped the water with his tequila. Actually, a big old swig, thinking it was water. That's not a good feeling. I can tell you.
But I want to ask you guys, as outside, people watching our destruction. Are you guys still scared of the Patriots? Are you guys still like, does Bill Belichick still instill that same fear to you guys?
I'll let A-Rod answer that.
Bill Belichick haunts my dreams and okay? There's like, the image of the Sith Lord where you can't see his face. It's like that as Bill Belichick without the sleeves on his shirt with the headphone on. That's what I see.
So are you seeing ghosts?
I see ghosts, bro. Like,
nice.
A little Sam Darnold action.
I see ghosts like Sam Darnold, but he's not a coach that you think that you just can't write off right away. Like he's got something, he doesn't wear sleeves, but there's something up his sleeve. Right?
Nice.
Something is brewing, and don't be surprised if he takes Sam Darnold and turns him into the player he was supposed to be. Like, don't be surprised if that happens. And then he gets Smith-Schuster, and he gets Allen Robinson, and he drafts day one in his position or trades up. Like, don't be surprised, right? No, Bill's just gonna be like, you thought I wasn't gonna do this.
I think him seeing Tom Brady win that Super Bowl is the only motivation that he needed.
It has to, right?
That's why I'm scared of him. That's why I'm scared.
You guys, if Bill Belichick trades up into this draft, I'm gonna be doing the podcast from a fucking hospital because I'm gonna have a heart attack. All right, that's no way, man.
Okay, so do you think? Quick question here: do you think the Patriots can get back to winning culture and be dominant in the AFC East as they have been? Not like with the Brady era, or maybe they can, but do you think they can still be that top team, or do you think Buffalo's taking the torch now?
I'll let Sammy go first.
I don't see it personally. I think to win in this league, you need a quarterback like Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers or something like that. And to get one is so rare. And Bill, me and Vic know Bill doesn't pay for that. So I don't think we're going to go out and pay somebody with that type of talent. If he finds one in the draft, then okay, we can start to talk about, okay, here we go. Here's our future going forward. But I think we'll eventually get back to a little bit of a winning way. I'd say our ceiling is probably 10-6 for the next couple of years, making the playoffs and probably first round exits, maybe surprising somebody because our defense, but I say surprising somebody, but being a lower seed, surprising, but people will still obviously pick the Patriots because of Bill Belichick. But it's going to be hard to, top what we've been through for the last 10 years, 20 years.
And I'll just echo exactly what Sammy said. I mean, I don't see them getting back to the dynasty that they were 10 years ago, but I do see them being competitive. You can't win the championship in this league without a top 5 quarterback. We all know that. So we'll just see. Time will tell. Can we draft that guy? Can we trade for that guy? Can we get Aaron Rodgers in 2 years? Maybe, but we'll see.
How scared are you guys of Buffalo?
Not scared at all.
Did you shit your khakis?
No, I'm not scared of anybody in our division. I'm really not. Bill Belichick owns all these people. Like he owns and rents headspace in every coach in the NFL. So I'm not worried about a team as much. I don't think Buffalo's going to have a long run. I think they got 1 or 2 runs left in them before they have to start paying everybody. So once that starts happening, then you always see a decline. You saw it with You saw it happen to Seahawks. You saw it happen to so many other good young teams that once they start having to pay people, having to pay the quarterback, happened to the Chiefs, right? That defense got depleted because they had to pay people. That's why they lost the Super Bowl. So, we'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about Buffalo.
And there's only two coaches that are in Bill's head, and that's Tom Coughlin and Doug Peterson. So, I mean, there's nobody else. Like, nobody else really scares me. Or, Bill is in Bill we trust, as we say in Boston.
Okay.
So, spring training's right around the corner. We're going to be bringing baseball to the Fairweather Pod. So, let's talk about this very quickly. The Red Sox.
Don't mention the name. Don't mention one name, unless you want Vic to go off.
Yeah. We'll just say the Schmoston Meds Fox are coming back from a very disappointing season. And once again, they were part of that whole Titletown talk. And it's been a winning culture in Boston for the longest. They know how to go out and keep in contention with the Yankees. And they hired a little cheater and won a little World Series and did
cheater.
won the little games and whatnot.
He was acquitted. He was acquitted. Those are rumors and they are unfounded.
Can I just really quickly?
Erroneous.
You had to watch Tom Brady and Mookie Betts both win. Oh my championships in the same couple of months span. Isn't that sad? I'm sorry.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you?
I've been holding on to this one for a while.
It hurts to hurt.
Doesn't that hurt a little bit? A lot of bit? I don't know.
But you've got your manager back that you won the World Series with.
Yeah.
And I like the guy, even though
Boricua. Let's go. That's Alex Cora. That's my guy.
Even though he's a cheater in my books, I do like the guy. He knows baseball, and I feel like he can attract people there.
Yeah.
Is he inheriting a franchise that he's just like, what the fuck did I walk into? Like, what's going on here? It's like he walked in the lunchroom and all the food's on the wall and the chairs are flipped over. The lunch ladies are hiding under everything, under the tables and stuff. So what do the Red Sox have to do to get back to that championship caliber baseball? What is it? What are they missing?
What did the Yankees do for the last 6 years, let's say? I want something like that. I've been telling a lot of my Yankee friends, I told you, A-Rod, I want something like that. I want us to screw people in trades. So Aroldis Chapman, I want to build our farm by also screwing trades and getting some guys back in the farm. Can Chaim Bloom pull this off? Yet to be determined. Vic is not sold on Chaim Bloom, but I did listen to there was an interview he did. I said it to you, A-Rod. It's actually a pretty good interview to listen to him talk about kind of what he sees for the future. And Vic doesn't like the addition because of the whole Mookie Betts situation. I get that, but I do like his mindset because it's very similar to how Vic would have liked the Red Sox to go, and that's putting a lot of emphasis on our farm system and our youth.
Yeah, and why is that farm system so depleted? Because of fucking Dave Dombrowski's bitch ass. That guy sucks. I can't stand Dave Dombrowski, not even a little bit. He's the reason the Red Sox are in this turmoil right now because he wanted to pay David Price. He wanted to pay Nate Eovaldi because he pitched 7 innings in the World Goddamn Series. Good for you, dude. And then not only that, and then now we had to ship off and I don't blame Chaim Bloom for the Mookie Betts thing, dude. I blame John Henry and the ownership team for being cheap as hell and caring more about Liverpool than they do the Boston Red Sox. But pay the man. You have one of the greatest players of our generation on your team, and you don't pay him. And then I have you and our buddy TK, who we have our Tiny Sports group chat with, where our podcast basically started. But both saying to me, "Oh, well, players of Mookie Betts' size don't really age well, blah, 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 blah." Dude, you guys
I didn't say that. Are
you guys crazy? Yes, TK
said
that. And you guys are nuts, okay? He was the best player in the league aside from Mike Trout. Not only that, the most marketable player in the league, right? I mean, who is more marketable in the league right now?
Tatis,
yes. Okay, so Tatis and Mookie Betts. 1-2, right? I mean, that smile, the guy is just infectious. And he's great to have on a team. It's a real bummer to be a Red Sox fan right now. I'll be honest with you. Those are dark clouds on the horizon. I love to see Alex Cora back. That's my guy. That's a step in the right direction. I like to see these. I liked what I saw from these last 2 trades from Chaim Bloom, where he's
and I gotta give it up too. Just like I've told A-Rod this, like I don't always blame the players. Like I like my team and I'm gonna like the players because it's not, their fault.
It's not the players' fault.
They're performing, they're doing what they need to do. The ownership is what caused this situation. Apparently we're the Tampa Bay Rays now. No offense to any Tampa Bay Rays fans listening, but I mean, with our caliber, with who we're in contention with every year, our rival that we can't freaking stand, and we don't want to spend anywhere near the same amount of money.
Yep.
Come on.
It's really that simple. They refuse to. I don't understand. Like you understand, like the Rays don't pay anybody, but they know how to. Their farm system is great. They know how to.
But they can't pay anybody.
They can't. and that's the thing. They can't pay anybody. On top of that,
right?
The Red Sox are the Red Sox. I don't understand how they won't pay anybody. Like, I'm a Phillies fan. Okay, I was scared when we were gonna get Real Muto back, and we're like, you know what? Give him the money. We're paying him. We're paying Bryce. We're paying all these guys. So, and we're just the Phillies. We're not like.
Oh, dude.
Red Sox. So it's like, I don't know.
How's Dave Dombrowski over there?
Yeah, have fun with that, dude. Hey, don't worry. He'll trade your whole farm system in about 15 minutes and you'll be screwed for the next.
But you'll win a World Series.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all I want. Let me get one because it's been like what 12 years now. I want another one.
I say that now. You say that now, and then you're gonna suck for 20 years because he's right.
I don't want that. Forget about it.
Dombrowski is the guy that you want to get if you're in win mode right now, and they're definitely in win mode. The Phillies, they've got all the talent on that team to win.
They building that
farm.
We don't have pitching.
They don't have pitching. Well, I mean, they do have pitching. They got 3 good starters there. I think they got at least. They have no bullpen, is what they don't have.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Nola's the only one I actually trust out of our starting pitching.
Thank you for Nick Pivetta, by the way.
See what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know. It's like offensively we're gifted. I mean, I'm happy we brought back Didi. I'm happy with I'm happy with all those guys. It's just. We can't close. We from inning 7 to inning 9. It's like I want to rip my eyes out. I don't want to watch
Don't worry.
And we're right there with you.
And then I watched the Mets, and the Mets are just loading up on talent. And I'm like, all right, we can't do anything with the Mets. And the Braves are fucking amazing. So it's like the Nationals just won a World Series a couple years ago. It's just depressing.
The Mets have so much talent that they're just like, Diaz might not be the closer this year. We don't know. He might not close. It's open competition.
Yeah, Kane. I'll say this, KK. Don't worry.
It's like I'm going to get it this year. I'm going to be the closer finally, and then.
Well, I'll tell you this. You have to worry about it because in about 6 months, you'll trade your 2 or 3 best prospects for some closer that's going to be around for 2 years, and you'll be good. You guys are going to win the World Series.
We'll win the World Series, and then we'll suck for the next 20 years. It's cool.
Yeah. No, and I'm so salty about not paying my Mookie Betts. And I'm glad you guys gave me this platform right now because I'm going to spill my heart. What is John Henry doing? I mean, how much money does Red Sox Nation make? I mean, this guy basically has a goddamn Federal Reserve printer in his office where he can just print money because the Red Sox just make money. But he'd rather spend money on goddamn who? Raheem Sterling for Liverpool? Get out of here, dude.
He plays for Manchester City.
Now he does, yeah.
Liverpool makes money. That's an international sport.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was the Bucks. That was the Bucks' problem going before too. Man, what they want to put some money into. But the Red Sox have had that winning culture, and if anything, on my end, I hate seeing the Red Sox play. Like I can't stand watching them win. But it's probably the biggest rivalry in all of sports.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
More big. I mean, UNC Duke maybe, Lakers in Boston.
In professional sports, I'd say
Professional sports, I would say Yankees and Red Sox is probably
it really is, man. If I could go take a piss on Fenway Park, I'd do it right now, man.
Feelings mutual, bro.
It's just a great rivalry, and to see them not even like top 4, like it's not good for the sport, man.
There were two times in my life, and they happened in the same year, where I watched my sports team, and I had no idea who these guys were. That was when I watched the Red Sox this year and throw some random guy out. I think he just got out of high school or something. And they're like, oh, you want to pitch for us? And then it was watching the Patriots. I'm like, who's this tight end? I don't know who this guy is.
This is all the season, right? I mean, I swear to God, they were like some kid just came off the mound from Leominster. They're like, oh yeah, dude, you got a cannon, dude. You want to play for 5 minutes?
Play for the Sox?
The good thing that I can appreciate about the Red Sox is they kept one good player there in Bogarts. That's a guy that you got to keep. He's a really good player. He decided to stay. He said, I'm not going to take the big money. I'm just going to opt in. So he opted into his contract because he can't do anything else but just hit the ball. And he does it well at Fenway Park. So that's another good thing that you've got. And then Devers has to figure out what he is. Like, is he a first baseman? Is he a third baseman? What is he? You know, there's some things to be excited about. And I think getting Kike is a good player to have there.
He's a good glue guy.
Yeah, he is.
But you don't need Marwin Gonzalez. You basically just signed the same player, you know. But yeah, the Nate Eovaldi thing, when that happened, I think I was giggling and farting at the same time. I was like, oh, these guys do this. He couldn't even win with the Yankees, and he pitches one good game, and you're gonna pay him this much money. Enjoy it. But I think Core can turn it around. I think Core becomes enticing. I honestly thought that George Springer would have signed there because of Core going there, but
you know me, I didn't want that.
I wouldn't either. But you know, for ticket sales, for
give me something. Give me a name. I would love George Springer.
I was gonna say George Springer would have been. I'm not a Red Sox fan.
Well, with the contract he would have required. That's why I wouldn't have wanted it.
We're not spending the money on anybody else.
They gotta pay somebody. Yeah. That's the thing. They're not paying anybody. It's like, dude, we got to.
For sure. I'm with KK on that. We had to pay somebody.
Call me bullish, but I think next year they're gonna go back to being the Red Sox you're used to seeing. They're going to make a splash and get somebody out there.
I think 3.
You think 3 years? I think that's too much of a shelf life for that. I feel like at that point.
Yeah, they won't give. I don't think they'll give Core 3 years for that.
No, because we made it very clear by signing Chaim Bloom that this is definitely a long-term rebuild.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely a long-term rebuild.
I think Dave Dombrowski comes back and moves the team to Montreal.
God. That would cause some kind of seismic shift and whatever. I don't know.
We're already seeing that happen in Tampa Bay, but we'll get into that to another time. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap things up. So at the end of the segment, we do it our closing segment, which is called "Where Did He Go to College?" And KK gives me a list, and I try and guess where they went. This is all basketball.
I love this game that you play.
I gave you guys the rundown, so you each get to give me one. We're gonna make it slow or short today, just for the fact that we're talked a lot today. It's episode 10. It's my show. I don't care what you say. Don't call my kid ugly. So I'm gonna have fun. So we'll go Sami, Vic, and then KK. You can take it home. All right.
All right.
No, I'll let Vic go first. I have 2.
All right. This is a good one. Okay, you ready? Al Farouk Aminu.
Ooh, the Chief.
Al Farouk Aminu. Did he go to Florida State?
Nope. Close. Do I give it to you now, or can I give one more guess?
Georgia Tech.
Wake Forest.
Ooh. It's tough.
Does it have to be current?
They just have to be relevant, according to
relevant.
Is that relevant or is that too hard?
No, Al is good. That's a good one. That's fine.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, let me see.
I got a second one for you too. While Sammy's looking up one.
Go ahead.
This one's a little tricky. It might be a little tricky. He's relevant too. Al Jefferson.
Ooh, you got to get this one.
He didn't go to college, did he?
There you go.
That's a trick question. Real quick. Brandon Bass.
LSU.
Oh, no.
Got it.
He did go to LSU?
Yeah.
Go to LSU.
Was he before Big Baby?
Yes.
Okay. You're right. Yeah, he was. All right, cool. All right. It's my turn, huh? I have 2.
Go ahead.
Have we done Mookie Blaylock?
Ooh.
Have we done Mookie Blaylock? I know we talked about Mookie Blaylock. I don't think we did where he went to college.
Oklahoma.
Okay. Maybe we did.
Oh.
All right. I have a fun one. You know, I always like the fun one, okay? This gentleman played center for a number of teams, more noticeably known for the Miami Heat. Where did Ronnie Cycli go to college?
Oh, damn. And I was worried about Aminu.
Glad I'm not on the hot seat.
Where? Georgia Tech? No. You get one more chance. Nah, I'm not even going to say anything. He was there for 4 years.
He's a relevant player. I can't even see Ronnie Cycli, bro. Like where he went to college. It's not out west though, is it?
No, not this time. Not this time.
Not out west. Because that's the Achilles heel. It's always like UCLA or USC. Let's see. Ronnie Cycli, Clemson.
Close color. He played at Syracuse. Syracuse.
That's a good one.
I didn't even know he played college in the United States of America. So I'm actually shocked that he's actually a collegiate athlete in America.
Where he went. I cannot see. He was just like, he's like a born player to me because he was like the center for the Magic. And then they were like, you're the fuck out of here. We got Shaq now. Like, go, you got someplace to be.
Right? Well, that's a wrap. We got it all. Episode
all right, so boys, give your shout out to your podcast so people know where to listen to you. So floor's open for you for a good second.
Yeah, you guys can find us on YouTube. We are Townie Sports. We are affiliated with Lights Up Productions, so you can search Lights Up Productions on YouTube. It's all one word. And we're on every Tuesday around 8:30, same time, 8:30 every Tuesday. And yeah, Vic.
Yeah, and that's at Lights Up Production. At Townie_sports on Instagram. We're not on TikTok yet because I'm over the age of 30 and don't know what the hell to do.
Corvette.
All right, so you know the rule, or the drill. Twitter, at fair_weather_pod, and then YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, The Fair Weather Podcast. You can find us there. And wherever you subscribe to podcasts.
And MySpace. Don't forget MySpace.
Yo, for real? Am I in your top friends? Are we in top friends?
We're my top 4. Don't worry.
Nice.
All right, peace out.
Well, thanks, guys, for letting us come on. We appreciate it. Can't wait to have both of you on Townie Sports soon.
Next time I'm on, I promise.
All right.
All right.